Hello and thank you for checking out my video. My name is Valeston, and in my video, I'll be giving a brief introduction on VTubers and their milestones, then giving them a prehistoric animal that best fits them. Now let's get started. Maury Calliope, the Grim Reaper's first apprentice, is well known for her musical talent. Maury is a gentle-hearted woman who cares for her friends and fans despite her being a Reaper. She is described as an airhead by fans and friends. Kiara has even mentioned that she frequently misplaces items. Maury debuted on the 12th of September 2020 with Hololive Ian's first generation. On the 25th of January 2021, Callie reached 1 million subscribers during an endurance stream. On June 19th, she collaborated with Iron Mouse, the second ever Hololive Sojo collab. On the 20th of March 2022, Callie reached 2 million subscribers and celebrated with a karaoke stream. Maury released her first major EP titled Shinigami no through Universal Music Group, otherwise known as UMG. Not her first music release, but this is her first release under a major music label. UMG is one of the 3 big record labels in the world. UMG is also home to popular artists such as Taylor Swift and more. Maury also held her first solo concert on July 21st, 2022 in Tokyo. The Thanatoristus, the Reaper of Death, is a very fitting choice for Maury Calliope since she's a Reaper. The Thanto was discovered in 2008 by a couple who took a stroll along a lakeshore in Alberta when they saw something poking through the ice. Joking about how it looked like a jaw from a dinosaur, then discovering that it was. 2 years later, the couple donated their find to the Royal Tyrrell Museum of Paleontology. It was the first new tyrannosaur found in Canada in 50 years. It lived around 79 million years ago, meanwhile the T-Rex came along about 10 million years later. With the skull material, compared with other related tyrannosaurs, the estimated length of Thanto is about 8 meters or 26 feet in length. Next we have Gura. She is a descendant of the lost city of Atlantis, who came to the human world due to how boring it was in Atlantis. Gura is surprisingly friendly and likable for being a shark, and amuses her viewers with her antics. She has no sense of direction whatsoever, apparently. Trouble remembering her own age, and consistently fails to solve basic math problems. I have the same issue. Which, as some viewers do call her, the dumb shark as a result. Which is mean, but there was also a viewer that described her very well. Gura has a heart of gold and a head of bone. Very fitting for her, actually. She's also a bit lazy at times, but she's doing better than me, because I started this project on May 4th, and it's a very simple project. So you're doing a lot better than me, Gura. Gura is a quick-witted, clever, and has vast knowledge of shark facts. She's highly skilled in fast-paced rhythm games, and she occasionally makes blue jokes and is familiar with the meme culture. Gura debuted on 12th of September 2020 with the rest of Hololive English's first generation, though she was 12 minutes late due to technical issues. She was described being so nervous that she felt her own heartbeat in her head and had stomach problems as she was too nervous to eat before the stream. Gura quickly rose in popularity, becoming the fastest scoring VTuber ever, gaining 100,000 new subscribers every 2 to 5 days. Within 13 days, she reached 500,000. In 37 days, she became the most subscribed Hololive VTuber on YouTube. January 17th, 2021, Gura reached 2 million subscribers and celebrated on the 22nd with a karaoke stream. On June 22nd, 2021, Gura released her first original song, Reflect, on YouTube. It had 1 million views within 10 hours of its premiere. July 4th, 2021, she reached 3 million subscribers, being the first Hololive member as well as the first VTuber in the world to reach this milestone. I have chosen Megalodon for Gura. Very fitting choice, but obvious one as well. It was the largest fish that ever lived. The largest individuals could be up about 60 feet or even larger than that. That's 3 times bigger than the largest sharks in the ocean today. Hi dog. Dog wants attention, I guess. Well, most fish were exclusively cold-blooded, but Megalodon may have been like today's great white, which are partially warm-blooded because they generate heat while swimming, which would allow them to hunt in colder waters. Females may have been twice the size as males. Even as infants, they were huge, at least 6.6 feet from nose to tail. I'm 6.3, mind you. That's a very large infant. Megalodons also came after the dinosaurs went extinct. The oldest Megalodon fossils were found in the Miocene epoch, which began about 23 million years ago. Since Megalodon was an easy choice for Gura, I have also chosen another animal for her. And it so happens she has a dinosaur costume, so it fits even more. Why do you do that? What are you doing? Okay. The animal I have chosen is the Kakarodontosaurus. It's known as a shark-toothed lizard for it having shark teeth. Oh, that resembles shark teeth. It was first discovered in 1927, originally named Megalosaurus, but later changed to Kakarodontosaurus. And since it was the first of its genus, the genus was named after it. They were among the largest theropods. I am also part of this genus, as I am Acrocanthosaurus, making me a Kakarodontosaurid. The original fossils were destroyed during a bombing raid in World War II. Same as the original fossils of the Spinosaurus, which both lived in the same time and place. Another fossil of the Kakaro was uncovered in 1996. This specimen was even larger than the original. It was about 44 feet long and 13 feet high at its hips, and could weigh as much as 7.5 tons. Likely the top predator in its ecosystem, it had some competition with other large carnivores such as the Spinosaurus and Sarcosuchus. The Sarcosuchus was the largest freshwater croc and grew as 40 feet long and weighed about 8 metric tons. The Spinosaurus is the largest known carnivorous dinosaur, with a body length about 46 or 59 feet, an estimated mass of 13 or 22 tons. Though both of these lived in the water, Spinosaurus lived mostly in or near the water, hunting very large fish. So there's not much land-based competition for Kakaro, but there have been fossil evidence of fights between these 3 animals. Next, we have Kiara. She's an idol who dreams of becoming an owner of a fast food chain, even though she looks more like a mascot than the owner. She's also a phoenix. She's an energetic and friendly young lady. She cares strongly for her friends and family. She can be chaotic in nature and is always eager to collab with other members and Vtubers alike. She has shown herself being forgetful and having a short attention span. I'm seeing a pattern with this group, by the way. She prefers video games with fixed goals, like RPGs, rather than open-world games. Amelia Watson has described her having a positive attitude and lovely voice. Maury described her as a hard worker and an incredible singer. Kiara debuted the 12th of September of 2020, along with the rest of Paul AVN. She was extremely nervous at the beginning of the stream, in which she spoke English, Japanese, and German. On November 26th of 2020, she released her first original song, Hinotori. On December 12th of 2020, Kiara reached 600,000 subscribers. In late February of 2021, Kiara's channel, with no reason that I've been able to find, was shadow banned by YouTube. She took a short break from streaming to return to her home country. The shadow ban was resolved by March 4th, and then on the 5th, she performed a German stream in which she performed a German version of her first song. On May 30th, 2021, Kiara reached 1 million subscribers before starting her 12-hour marathon. June 16th, 2021, Kiara collaborated with Natasha Nanners in the first Hall V Sojo collab, in which streamed on both YouTube and Twitch. The event attracted a peak total of 40,000 viewers across both sites. The animal I've chosen for Kiara is the dodo bird. The dodo went extinct in 1662, the last confirmed sighting. The dodo had no predators and thus no need to evolve any natural defenses. In fact, dodos were so trusting that they would waddle up to armed Dutch settlers, unaware that they intended to kill and eat them. It takes a lot of energy for a bird to maintain flight, so dodos evolved being flightless. The dodo only laid one egg at a time. An animal would generally produce only as many young as it is strictly necessary to procreate the species, which had disastrous consequences when Dutch settlers arrived. Unironically, dodos didn't taste like chicken, and it wasn't even all that tasty. There's no particular reason why the meat of a dodo was not good, as their diet consisted of fruits, nuts, roots, and possibly shellfish. If they tasted like anything like pheasant, I alone would cause their extinction. Talking about birds, I wonder what a phoenix would taste like. The dodo bird was also mentioned in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. It may be even possible to resurrect a dodo, but there is barely enough preserved remains of dodos to recover some soft tissues. The dodo does share some of its genome with modern relatives to make surrogate parenting possible. Still, it's a long shot for dodos for de-extinction. The woolly mammoth, for example, has more of a chance. Dodos really did get rough. Next, we have Ina. Despite her looks, she's a priestess of the Ancient Ones. One day she picked up a strange book and gained the power of controlling tentacles. Don't ask me. To her, the tentacles are just part of her ordinary life, and has never been a big deal for her. However, after gaining such powers, she has been hearing whispers and revelations. As a result, she began her Vtuber activities to have sanity checks by interacting with her viewers. Despite her Lovecraftian theme, she's a gentle, peaceful, and down-to-earth. She's considerably kind to her viewers and friends. Ina has a near infinite patience and is widely the most well-behaved member of her generation. She's also infamous for her puns and dad jokes. She's also an amazing artist. Ina debuted September 12th, 2020, along with the rest of How Live EN. October 22 of 2020, Ina reached 500,000 subscribers. May 27 of 2021, Ina reached 1 million subscribers during her chat stream. The August 4th, 2021, Ina released her first original song, Violet, which reached 1 million views on the 15th of August. The animal I have chosen for Ina is the Tusothitis, the crushed squid. Although often called a squid, it is now thought to be more closely related to modern octopuses. The examination of the glandus has yielded an estimated mantle length close to or equal to that of the modern giant squid. It was mostly preyed upon by other cephalopods, fish, and possibly small marine reptiles. There was actually a fossil of a predatory fish that had the glandus in its gullet. The back portion of the glandus was in the stomach region, while the mouth had remained open, suggesting the fish died in the middle of swallowing the cephalopod. Researchers suspect that the head or tentacles remained outside its mouth, thus blocking the gills of the fish and resulting in it suffocating. The next slide features Kiara again. I actually did have a second animal for her. I just thought it'd be funny to give her the dodo bird first. And the animal I've chosen is the Pyroraptor, the fire thief. It's from the late Cretaceous and lived on an island, the island is actually now part of southern France and northern Spain, and also lived about 70 million years ago. The raptor is only known from a single partial specimen that was found in Provence in 1992. It was classified and named in 2000, and the fossil was actually discovered after a forest fire. Due to this fact, it was named Pyroraptor. There are not many fossilized remains of dromaeosaur dinosaurs that are found in Europe, which I would have loved to live during this time period in Europe, because I hate dromaeosaurs. They would always run up to my shin, like when I'm sleeping, they would run up to my shins and bite it for no reason, and just run off. I hated it. Sorry, back on topic. Pyroraptors are actually small, very small raptors. They're about the size of a turkey. It's estimated about to be between 2 to 3 feet tall and 3 to 4 feet long, and it weighed about 5 to 10 pounds. The Pyroraptor may have been able to climb trees, either for its safety or hunting. It is also not known what the color of feathers they had, but most various art and movies depict it with fairly bright colors, such as reds and blues. Before I move on to the next slide, I would like to mention that I did try to find an animal for Amelia Watson, as she is the only member I did not include within Hololive's first English generation, but I just couldn't come up with anything for her, and I'm very sorry in advance, Amelia. But for the next slide, it is Haruka. Haruka is a Canadian VTuber who streams on Twitch. Haruka is a very lax and chill individual who's very sweet. She's very warm and welcoming to everybody that comes to her streams. Haruka officially refers to her fans as the herd. However, this is not caught on by her community, it seems, who commonly refers to themselves as the cult, which of course she regularly denies being the cult leader and of its existence, often saying there is no cult, even though she has embraced this term on multiple occasions. And at first I thought this was hilarious, but when I was looking into trivia for like fun facts for her, I found out that one of her brothers, and I mean many brothers, she has a lot of brothers in her caribou family, one of them, George, was sacrificed so Haruka could take his antlers. I can see why this is the cult. She's a cult leader. That's basically it. Obviously this is just a joke, but that's actually a true fact. Also, she's a caribou, obviously, but in case you didn't realize that. Also, a lot of people actually do call her a moose, which is funny, but all jokes aside, she's a wonderful person. June 19th, 2020, Haruka uploaded her YouTube introduction video. By October 2nd, 2020, Haruka had about 26,000 YouTube subscribers and 19,000 followers on Twitch. November 16th, 2021, Haruka Ray debuted with a new live 2D model and also revealed that she struggled with autism as a child and did not learn how to speak until later in life. Here's a little fun fact. Natasha Nanner's winter coat is conically lined with Haruka's butt fluff. The animal I have chosen for Haruka is the Megaloceros, also known as the Irish elk. It was the largest deer species that ever lived. The last known remains of the species were carbon dated to about 7,700 years ago. Most skeletons have been found in Irish bogs. The Megaloceros is not actually an elk. For this reason, the name giant deer is sometimes used. The Megaloceros stood about 7.1 meters tall, or otherwise 69 feet tall. At the shoulders, by the way, sorry. And it had the largest antlers of any known species of deer. The maximum length of the antlers are about 3.65 meters and 12 feet from tip to tip. It also could weigh up to about 40 kilograms or 88 pounds. The Megaloceros had similar mass to that of the Alaskan moose, Theories of the extinction of this Ice Age megafauna are that of climate change and overhunting by man. Next, we have Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse is well known for her singing and crazy personality. She started out as an independent streamer, but later joined Vsojo. The Demon Queen of Hell, which is debatable, left her duties and confines of the underworld when she fell in love with human culture and wanted to make friends. She lives her life to the fullest despite her health conditions. She's lighthearted and funny, and there is not one stream that I have watched that has not made me laugh. I am proud to be part of this community. She was extremely shy when she started to stream, but has grown so much during her time as a streamer. She's very friendly to everyone in her chat, and her friends. She occasionally behaves as a tsundere with certain people and a monkey. She works so hard, putting so much effort every day into her streams despite her circumstances. Mousy truly loves her work, viewers, friends, and her family. Iron Mouse suffers from an immune disease known as common variable immunodeficiency, or CVID. This causes her various health issues and making leaving the house or even leaving her bed very difficult. Mouse has been getting better, being able to walk around her room for brief moments of time. Iron Mouse debuted in 2017 on a smaller streaming platform called YouNow. She streamed using a copy of a face rig which a friend brought for her on sale, and a free avatar from the Steam Workshop. Iron Mouse started her Twitch account on September 28, 2017, and her YouTube account a day later. Her earliest known Twitch stream occurred on August 15, 2018, with the goal of making friends and just to talk with people. In late 2019, she switched to Twitch as her main streaming platform. In September 2019, Mouse unveiled her original live 2D model by Kitama, designed by Mouse herself. On May 15, 2020, Mouse became a Twitch partner. In June, she revealed her 3D model, and then on July 1st, she became a YouTube partner. On November 24, 2020, she announced her membership in the new Vtuber agency, Vsojo, as one of its first generation of members, along with Project Melody, Silverveil, and the gecko Zentreya, which is now a cyberpunk robot now, apparently. Also Nanners and Fruit and Hime. Her introductory video was drawn by Fruit herself and featured a brief cameo of Hime, who appeared on a cover book which Mouse reads. Iron Mouse promised that nothing will change because Vsojo is a talent first, that they can do whatever they want. On March 9th, 2021, Iron Mouse was featured on React, a popular YouTube channel, in the episode titled Teens React to VTubers. However, this video does not do the best at explaining anything about VTubers, other than the React T Jackson, the absolute ad. March 13th, Mouse hosted a special for 300k YouTube subscriber celebration. That was streamed on YouTube, where she debuted her new 3D model. Before unveiling the model, she used an unfinished version as a joke that was bald. On May 14th, she reached 500,000 Twitch followers, and on August 30th, 500,000 YouTube subscribers. On June 19th, she collaborated with Mori Calliope in the second ever Hololive Vsojo collab. On August 5th, she celebrated her 4th anniversary and held an 11-hour charity fundraiser stream. She promoted the plasma donation website plasmahero.org, which was temporarily unavailable due to the sheer number of donations, and raised over $101,000 for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. In November, Stream Charts announced the most watched female Twitch streamers for October 2021, which Mouse was in 6th place with 1 million hours watched. February 4th, 2022, Mouse began a subathon. A subathon is basically a stream where the streamer sets a timer, Once the timer reaches the 0, they end the stream. However, viewers can subscribe or send donations to actually increase the timer. And during this time, the streamer cannot move from their spot. So, when she was sleeping, she would have to have guest appearances and highlight reels filling in while she was asleep. On the 15th, Mouse reached 1 million Twitch followers. This is around the time I followed and subscribed. And just an hour later, she became the most subscribed female streamer on Twitch. And then on the 19th, she became #1 currently subscribed streamer on Twitch, also making her the 9th most subscribed Twitch streamer of all time. On the 21st, she reached 100,000 Twitch subscribers and 500,000 Twitter followers. On the 22nd, she became the 6th of all time most subscribed Twitch user. During the 24th, she had an interview with Luca. Luca is a VTuber from Nisanji. She became the 5th of all time most subscribed during this interview. On the 25th, she reached the 4th most subbed, and then on 28th, on the day 24 of her subathon, Mouse was the 3rd most subbed. Mouse's subathon lasted for 31 days and ended on March 7th. She had 171,690 subscribers at the end of her subathon. And I was very proud to be a part of this chapter of life. I would always check during my break time at work and extend the timer if it was close to ending myself. On April 20th, an interview between Mouse and the Washington Post was published. The dinosaur I've chosen for Iron Mouse is the Carnotaurus, the meat-eating bull. The Carnotaurus is an abelisaur and a second member of the species. Well, family, and not species, but the Abelisaurus being the first of the family. It lived in the late Cretaceous period in Argentina. It lived around 72 to 69 million years ago. During this time, South America was separated from North America. Carna may have used its horns for fighting among themselves to establish dominance, or used to attack prey. Carno had a powerful neck, suggesting that it could have used its head like a battering ram. Carno also had a shorter skull than most similarly sized carnivorous dinosaurs. The Carno was reasonably large, 8 to 9 meters, or 26 to 30 feet in length, but it was lightly built, weighing around 1.35 metric tons, or 3,000 pounds. With its long, powerful legs, it is believed to reach speeds up to 35 miles per hour. The grizzly bear, by the way, could weigh up to 1,300 pounds and had a maximum running speed of 35 miles per hour. There has only been one skeleton found. However, it was so well preserved that it had skin impressions that were present. The skin was made up of small 5-meter in diameter scales. The large bumps were also found. This may have been scutes, bony plates that formed in the skin, similar to that of a crocodile. There is a fossil that is on display in the Argentina Museum of Natural Science. There is also a life-sized replica of the skeleton at the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County. Also, the Carnotaurus had even shorter arms than the T-Rex. Next, we have Infernal Beelzebub, Anacrocrul the Apocalypse, the opposite of the divine, prince of all suffering and torment, master of all sin, conqueror of the underworld, and king of all demonkind. Many will use his nickname of Booby, a name given to him by Iron Mouse, but I call him Lord Beelzebub. I have a theory of why Iron Mouse calls him Booby. It's just because he has a chest window. That's just a theory, but Lord Beelzebub is the true ruler of hell, but then Mouse stole his powers and his throne. Mouse later found hell to be boring and gave Beelzebub his powers back, then left to go to Earth. Beelzebub later became bored and even missed Mouse. He left hell himself to live stream and to even join Mouse during her streams. he still has to go back to hell occasionally in order to maintain order. Lord Beelzebub's Twitch channel and Twitter account were created on January 22nd of 2022, and he debuted on the Twitch on the 26th. Shortly after his debut, he made an appearance on Iron Mouse's Subathon stream, and with an arousing speech was able to get viewers and myself to add 25 plus hours to her subathon. Beelzebub was later on the March 8th on Iron Mouse's talk show Speak of the Devil. The animal I have chosen is the Beelzebub, also known as the Devil Frog, Devil Toad, and the Frog from Hell. It was the largest frog that was ever discovered in the Upper Cretaceous of Madagascar, and it lived about 70 million years ago. It had a body length of about 16 inches, and it weighed about 9 to 10 pounds. The largest modern-day frog is the Goliath frog. The skull shows a rugged external surface, indicating that parts of its head had borne bony scutes. It is the member of the horned toad subfamily. The only living members of this family are only found in South America now. The Beelzebub was an ambush predator. Its wide mouth would allow it to eat larger prey, even perhaps juvenile dinosaurs. Its modern relatives can actually burrow. Recent discoveries show that Beelzebub may have had sharp spikes in a semi-hard shell along its head and back, presumably to keep it from being swallowed whole by predators, and maybe of each other. Frogs, especially larger frogs, like cane toads and American bullfrogs, engage in cannibalism. Also could have been used to attract mates. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you were entertained. It took me a long time to create this video due to work. I hope to see the VTubers that I have featured to see this video, as I would love to see their reactions. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to have you visit me again. My name is Valeston, and goodbye.